What a perfect fit to welcome Dr. Tim McKnight in on a Tuesday morning. Talk to the doc, Dr. Tim McKnight of Trinity Hospital, Twin City. He keeps you running, and that's what we're all about. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, running, walking, just moving is so important.
Well, that's actually our topic tonight, cardiovascular fitness. So that was very apropos for,
Fit for Life.
the day. Yes.
Week 9?
Week 9.
Time is rolling right along. So, again, if you want to get involved with Fit for Life, the next program begins right after the first of the year, and it's not too early to start registering.
Yeah, give us a call and get registered. We're filling up quick now, I think.
Usually about 50 or so is where you cut it off.
Yeah, we'll cut off at about 50, yep.
Okay. So cardiovascular, last week we had a guest. It's just you and I this week. But
yeah, and I have to tell you, Coach Hartzell called me 2 days after the class last week, and he said, hey, I just want to thank you. I've had 5 phone calls from people in that class who tell me that their pain is less, whatever the pain was, hip, knee, back, whatever their issue was. So really fun to have that experience with him there, helping people, and that's what it's all about.
It was funny. We were talking, and he's 79 years old.
Yes, 79.
And he said he'd already done a mile run, and he had stretched out, and that is so key for anybody. No matter what you're doing, the stretching part, you can't just jump up and start lifting weights or go for a run. You got to get those muscles warmed up before you go out and do anything.
And, it's something that all of us can improve our flexibility. It doesn't matter how old we are. We just start someplace and we stay consistent with it. And that's a similar message that we'll talk about tonight with cardiovascular fitness. When I say that word, a lot of people think, oh, you're going to tell me I got to be out running on the street or on the treadmill and looking like everybody else I see running. Looks like they're dying, they can't breathe, and it looks so hard. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about gradual. We're talking about usually starting out as walking wherever you can, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, an hour, and you just every day you progress a little bit more, and it's not something that people should feel overwhelmed with.
That's one of the things I remember about you when we first started talking, and you first started talking about how to, get fit, and if you haven't done anything for a while, as you said, every move you make, whether you're at work, whether you're at home cleaning the house, you're vacuuming, you're going up and down the stairs, any of that movement would be considered fitness.
That's right,
and it's important to getting your muscles and your heart strong.
Yeah, we think we need to be in a gym or on a track or something and running, but really the key is getting your heart rate up into that fat burning zone, which is just at a level where you can where you're walking briskly and carry on a conversation without being short of breath.
Right.
That's the intensity we're looking for to begin with. And
you're not trying to push somebody to the point of where they can't breathe and they have to stop and hang their head to get their breath. I mean, this is something that as you get stronger, you find yourself going from maybe a walking to a little bit of a faster pace, and next thing you know, you're running.
Exactly. My father-in-law did that very thing, and within a year's time, he was running an hour a day.
Wow.
I never thought I would see him do that, but it was something that in time it just became natural. And so that's what we're talking about. We don't want anybody to feel like they have to be pushed or uncomfortable.
And that's so important to know, and you can be at whatever stage you may be at right now in your life. There's never a time that it's not going to help you if you start walking or running or just getting the heart pumping.
Anything, whether it's flexibility or strength conditioning or even eating right. It's just a little bit of improvement every day, and it's consistency. You just have to stick with it.
We're talking with Dr. Tim McKnight from Trinity Hospital, Twin City, and this is the point too when you say week 9, and I remember this from being in the class last year. This is where all the pieces start coming together, and it starts to make sense to you. So, maybe the first week you're talking about this, and then you're talking about supplements and food labels and the heart and all the, body functions and so forth. This is where it starts to make sense, and everything starts to click, and it's so important to get to this stage in the program.
And I think that's why a lot of people want to take it twice, because they start to see how this fits together, and if they go back a second time, they're even more aware of, okay, now I know what's coming and I know how this fits together, and it makes more sense to them. But yeah, this is a really good lecture. When people talk about increasing their metabolism, they say, I'm going to increase my metabolism. Well, How do you do that? We're going to talk about how you do that tonight. And that's actually changing the cellular anatomy by cardiovascular fitness. And so you actually burn more calories at rest when you do this.
The older we get, the slower the metabolism becomes as a natural.
Yes, that tends to be the case unless we stay active. So, as long as we're active, we can keep our metabolic rate high.
Yeah, Coach Hartzell, a perfect example of that.
Oh, yeah.
79 years old.
Yeah, and I think you know that my dad at 93, he does push-ups. Last week or 2 weeks ago when we watched Ohio State play, there was a lot of push-ups that we did. And it's just something he started at 85.
Wow.
I'm like,
well, it's never too late.
I called him. I said, "Hey, Dad, did you see that touchdown?" And my mom said, "He's busy doing push-ups." I said, "What?"
Wow.
What? He started doing push-ups, and now, the rest of us, the children and grandchildren, we can't just watch him do the push-ups. We have to do them with him.
That's great.
So, but it's any age, and that's the cool thing about this is that we're all capable of doing a little bit more and becoming a little bit better.
I think that's so important. And again, that's the thing you're going to learn at Fit for Life is that you don't have to become Arnold Schwarzenegger. You don't have to, become a fitness nut. You can just take it gradually at your pace. Everybody's pace is different, but every little bit is going to help you. You're going to see those results. You're going to see your blood pressure come down. You're going to see your cholesterol get better. It just makes sense. And this is where Fit for Life puts it all together for you.
And for many people, it's an evolution. It's something that they never thought they would do, but as they start to do it, they find they love it. And they want to do more, and then they want to start doing lifting weights or stretching more, and pretty soon they're just a completely different person, and they never thought that would ever be something they'd want to chase after. But it's really fun to watch that transition.
And without a doubt, and get out there, get moving. You're going to feel better about it. This is a tough time of year, though. The weather starts changing. A morning like today, you may not be able to get out and walk outside. But
that's right.
Do something indoors. Go up and down the stairs. A few flights.
One of the things I say in class is, close the curtains or close the shades. Put on some good music and just move.
Yeah.
If you ever have gone to a dance or a wedding reception or something where you're out on the dance floor, boy, that can really take your breath away, can't it? I mean,
absolutely.
But it's
up
fun.
A sweat.
And that's what it needs to be fun, or you're not going to want to do it.
That's a good point too. That you don't want it to become a job where you don't look forward to it. You want it to be something that you enjoy, and it becomes a part of your life. It just becomes a natural routine.
Right.
Right.
The other thing is, if you got to clean the house, set the timer and give yourself 30 minutes and go. And for a lot of people, that will get your heart rate up in the fat burning zone. And,
absolutely.
It's going to help. So we don't have to be outside running necessarily.
Absolutely. That was something talking with Coach Hartzell mentioning Jack LaLanne.
Yeah.
This guy kind of inspired a whole generation. Grab the kitchen chair. And you can sit on that chair and do leg lifts and 100 different exercises. So you don't, as you say, you don't have to go to a equipped gym. Your gym is what you can create in your mind, basically.
That's right. It's movement. Any type of movement is probably going to be the best.
All right. So tonight it's cardiovascular for Fit for Life. And then you're heading down the home stretch for like the last 3 weeks, and it all comes together.
Yeah, it goes fast, but we'll do it again because we love doing it, and we know there are people out there that want to hear it.
Very inspiring. Take it from me. I did the class last year, and it was the best thing. Dr. Tim McKnight, always good catching up.
Thank you. Good to be here, Steve.
Do it again next week. Fit for Life, underway at Trinity Hospital, Twin City, and you can contact Dr. McKnight or the hospital to get signed up for the next session, which begins in January.